Hola everyone, TEASERS here back with another video. If you don't already know, a month ago, teasing began for a brand new attraction coming to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas in 2022. There was a cryptic phone call, a mystery parade, and lots of new clues posted around the park. And me being the tryhard I am, I overanalyzed all the clues there, and came up with a prediction. But I didn't stop there. I was able to crack the code of the mystery phone call, find out what the theme is for the attraction, and even the possible ride type. Some may say, my theory is so in-depth, there's no way to make a sequel to it. Well, turns out I was wrong. Pretty recently, more teasers came out for the brand new attraction, and the cryptic phone call is updated yet again. So it's time to make an updated prediction. Although, small disclaimer, I'm not proving the other one is wrong. In fact, I still think my first prediction is absolutely correct. But in today's video, I'll be adding on to it. For example, predicting the ride layout, the ride name, and so much more. Before I start the video though, I would like to say, if you like my content and videos, and you would like to see more prediction videos on my channel, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to know when new videos come out on my channel. Teaser season is here, and we already have lots of news for Six Flags 2022, with Magic Mountain revealing the track for their brand new coaster, Georgia creating some construction, and even over Texas is teasing the return of the Spelunkers. So yeah, we have lots of 2022 Six Flags news to talk about on this channel, and I will try my best to cover all of it. We also got word that we will not get a Six Flags 2022 announcement video, which I'll explain in further detail in a future video as well. So again, you won't want to miss any of these new videos coming to my channel. And thank you to those who have been watching my content and has been subscribed. Thank you so much, it really does mean a lot. And I'm really shocked that I have 1,600 subscribers now. So thank you so much. Anyways, let's get into today's video. So if you've been keeping track with all the news about Fiesta, Texas and their 2022 attraction, you will know that over the past few weeks, lots of new teasers have surfaced, all ranging from an updated cryptic phone call with even more cryptic clues, the possible reveal of the coaster manufacturer, and even the ride logo. Fiesta, Texas has been very busy. Luckily, I analyzed all the teasers and clues, and in today's video, I will break down all these teasers to see what they mean and create another prediction that will add on to my previous prediction. So let's start off with the teaser that everyone has been talking about lately, and that is the ride logo. A few weeks back, Jeffrey Siebert revealed what seemed to be the ride logo, but at first it was just a quarter of it. Then, 1 week later it was half, until finally, at the third week, he revealed the entire logo of the attraction, with the subtitle Crack the Code. I'll talk about that in a bit, but the main thing you'll notice from the logo is the Plague Doctor. The Plague Doctor is the centerpiece of this logo, and personally, if this really is the ride logo, that means my original theory was confirmed to be true. In my original prediction, I predicted that the theme of attraction would be a virus, hence why we saw Plague Doctors in the parade. And with the logo, that could be the case, which also means the virus theme of the attraction prediction could be correct. Then there's Crack the Code. Now after Jeffrey said this, everyone started speculating that the logo itself was not the ride logo, but instead a symbol of what the ride layout could be, and maybe even the ride type. Some said the 4 pillars signified 4 launches, the goggles were actually 2 loops, and so much more. But all those people guessing this got tricked. Like I said in my previous prediction video, Jeffrey Siebert is a very tricky man, and he has a specific style to his teasers. He makes the clues so obvious that everyone only focuses on that one clue, when the other puzzle pieces of these clues that are supposed to connect are left out, making people guess wrong theories and wrong speculations. So what does Crack the Code actually mean? He's not talking about the ride logo. He's talking about the ride logo decals that are located all over the park. Decals that look exactly like this picture have been spotted all over Fiesta, Texas, each with numbers 1 to 15. Also, each logo had 1 letter. So if you found all 15 decals and took pictures of them, put the letters in order from 1 to 15, you get the words Fountain of Youth, which was a code and I just cracked it. So again, he didn't want us to look at the logo and crack the code of the logo itself. He wanted us to go to the park, find a logo that looks like the one he just posted, and crack the code of the 15 decals and spell out this word. So that's good and all, but why Fountain of Youth? Well, this is actually a major part of the brand new teasers. All these new teasers that have been coming out recently all have something to do with reverse aging, becoming younger, and of course the Fountain of Youth. Even the cryptic phone call is referring to becoming younger again. So let's move on to that now, and I'll let you take a listen first.
Welcome, my mortified mate. I'm glad you called, because Dr. D has an announcement to make. My reign of dastardly deeds is over. Terror has become tiresome. In the battle between good and evil, good has won. To make amends for my sinister ways, I come to you with a generous gift. Eternal life! While working in my lab, I discovered a magic elixir that has made my darkened heart feel young again. Come, take this offering, restore, rejuvenate, and reverse aging. We shall live forever!
Really weird, right? Well, actually, despite it being very confusing, it actually helps a lot with predicting what the new attraction is. The main things we can take away from this phone call is that 1. Dr. D is actually the girl on the phone call. 2. Good triumphed against evil. 3. She found an elixir that makes people young again. And 4. She thinks we have eternal life now. Now, what does this have to do with the coaster? Well, I think we just found out its theme. Time travel. Hear me out. She found an elixir that makes people young again. This is good and all, but I think someone, most likely Dr. D, will find another purpose for this elixir, and this elixir could in fact power a time travel machine, which will allow you to go back in time. And this would definitely benefit her because she lost against the battle between good and evil, and now she's tired of it. So I'm betting that in the next phone call we'll hear something related to time travel, and that Dr. D discovered it. Right now we think we beat her, but she's gonna gain the upper hand, because if she gets to time travel, she can go back in time to where she was causing terror in Krakatoa Canyon and create the apocalypse she wanted. I mean, it makes perfect sense. A liquid that could reverse aging could actually reverse time, which will allow time travel. Still kind of lost? Well, it's another teaser that shows that this could be true. A few weeks back, Jeffrey posted a picture of him and his family at Silver Dollar City, and he took a picture right in front of Time Traveler. Seems normal, right? But then in the captions, we get hashtag SFFT2022. The hashtag only used for anything related to the 2022 coaster and for teasing the 2022 attraction coming to Fiesta, Texas. So why use this hashtag for a picture of his vacation with his family, unless this picture was actually another clue? And what do we see behind Jeffrey Siebert? Time Traveler. And I'm not saying that the coaster will be named Time Traveler, but I'm pretty sure that the theme will have something to do with time traveling. There's also more proof with the posters around the park. There's one specific teaser that says 2022 Time for Terror. So I think Dr. D is creating a time travel machine. And with this machine, she can travel back in time and finish what she started in the first phone call, which we heard was an apocalypse. Basically, she's Biff from Back to the Future, who only wants to use time travel for their own selfish reasons and alter time the way they want it. And in this case, the TVA can't stop them. But here's the thing, she failed. By giving everyone the elixir that makes them young again, some smart people will figure out how to do time travel as well, and could eventually stop Dr. D from creating an apocalypse, which could be the theme of the new attraction, or basically just us going in a time travel device and hoping to survive. And as for the Plague Doctor mask, it's there because it's signifying the apocalyptic future that Dr. D wants, which the citizens of Krakatoa Canyon don't want, and is why they're designing their own time travel devices to go back and stop her. So for my first prediction, I think that the ride will have a theme related to time travel, with a sprinkle of an apocalyptic theme, since this is the future that we need to stop. But it doesn't stop there. We also have some more teasers that could reveal what the ride layout will be, as well as the ride type. Recently, Jeffrey Siebert posted a picture of 4 coaster manufacturers. The manufacturers listed was Premier Rides, Zamperla, Gerstlauer, and SNS. He also put the caption, "What do all of these have in common?" And after some further research, I think I know what it is. These 4 manufacturers are at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. There's at least one coaster that comes from these manufacturers located in the park. For example, Premier Rides is Poltergeist, Gerstlauer is Pandemonium, SNS is Batman the Ride. But wait a minute, what about Zamperla? Sure, we have flat rides from them, but we don't have a coaster from them. So maybe what they have in common is that each of these manufacturers will have a coaster in the park of Fiesta, Texas, which could mean that the new coaster for 2022 will be created by Zamperla. But you might say, hold up, then what's the coaster from Zamperla? A double heart? Well, not exactly. Remember, Jeffrey Siebert said that this coaster took 5 years to plan. And with the double heart getting revealed this year, I don't think it would take 5 years for that. And the coaster model is very new. So I don't think Zamperla would hold off for 5 years before finally revealing this coaster. So what I'm really thinking about is a Zamperla Thunderbolt. This might seem very random, but I'd say it makes sense. Here's why. Jeffrey said that this coaster would make history, and that it would be a signature attraction at the park. Now what better way than with a Zamperla Thunderbolt? If they made this coaster taller than all the other Thunderbolts, they could get the record for the world's tallest Zamperla Thunderbolt, or maybe even make it the steepest. And with a coaster this tall, you can see it from the parking lot, which will make it a signature coaster at the park. It would also be the first dive coaster in Texas, again making history. And if Fiesta Texas decided that this coaster would be a custom layout, it now makes sense why this coaster took 5 years to plan. Still don't believe me? Well, it's another teaser that could prove that this is correct. Recently, Jeffrey Sieber has been posting these pictures of the blimp at the park of Fiesta Texas, now nicknamed Lil Blimpy, taking a trip to find his manufacturer. And the first stop he took was in New York. And what else is in New York? A Zamperla Thunderbolt at Coney Island. It's not a coincidence that Lil Blimpy decided to stop there. But then again, I could be wrong, because Jeffrey also said that this new coaster will make us reimagine the thrills at Fiesta Texas. So how about something that's super impressive, modern, and will make us think, wow, this is at a Six Flags park? And it's also created by Zamperla? Here's option B, a Zamperla indoor coaster. Zamperla is really good at making these types of indoor coasters, and if Fiesta Texas got a highly themed indoor coaster created by Zamperla, it would truly make us reimagine the thrills at Fiesta Texas. Plus, this coaster will quickly become the signature attraction at Fiesta Texas as well. And it's not even that surprising. I mean, the clues alone could refer to lore, and as you saw from both of my predictions, I created a giant story from it. So obviously, there's a story behind these type of phone calls and all the teasers, like Dr. D and the rest of it. And maybe that's there for a reason, because maybe the indoor coaster will explore the lore and the story of Dr. D and the time traveling and the apocalypse and everything, which again would be really cool. And it's not that impossible, but I still don't know for sure. If anything, I'm still leaning more towards the Zamperla Thunderbolt. But then again, I could be overthinking this, and it could still be the SNS Axis coaster. So my second prediction, a bold one may I add, is that the new coaster will be created from one of these 4 manufacturers that Jeffrey posted, and it's between Zamperla or SNS. If it's SNS, it's the Axis coaster. If it's Zamperla, it's the Thunderbolt. But the wild card would be the indoor coaster. Also, one more thing I wanted to add was the many mentions of the word Wicked in all the teasers. The phone call said wickedness in it, some teasers said wicked in it, even Jeffrey Sieber himself said it. And if they said this word so many times, it might be significant. It could in fact be the name of the attraction, but I give it a 50% chance. But one thing I immediately thought of was Wicked at Lagoon, which if you don't know what this coaster is, it's a dive coaster at Lagoon. So maybe they're probably hinting towards a dive coaster, which I predicted earlier to be the Zamperla Thunderbolt. Just saying, but I still don't know for sure. Also, another thing I wanted to add was the phone call. Right before the dialogue starts, you do indeed hear Morse code. When the first phone call dropped, I didn't know Morse code, but now I do. And after taking a little listen, I can definitely make out that the first letter is S. But after that, it gets a little bit confusing. It could either be ATE, P, or NA. So yeah, I'm a little bit confused, but I know for a fact that there's other people that know Morse code better than me. So if you figure it out, make sure to comment down below. And as for the ride layout, this might seem a little bit far-fetched, but I think that the teasers showcase a little bit of what the layout will be for the new coaster. For example, in the phone call and in the teaser, we get the phrase reverse aging. And it could be part of time travel, but maybe it's reverse like going backwards. Maybe the coaster launches backwards, or some seats are backwards, or something like that. And also in the reverse aging poster, we get a tunnel. So maybe at one point in the ride, we will go through a tunnel. But like I said, it's very far-fetched, so I won't really count it as a prediction, but I'm just going to mention it. But if you're still confused and you have no idea what's coming to the park in 2022, well, you don't have to worry any longer. On the date of Wednesday, July 28 at 2 p.m., located near Lone Star Lowe's Amphitheater in Fiesta, Texas, Jeffrey Sieber will be holding an event by the name of FT92 Fan Event. And with this event, we'll be getting a big announcement for the 2022 attraction. It's unknown whether it will be more teasers, or the reveal of the new attraction itself. At the time of this video, it's only 7 days away, so we'll just have to wait and see. And I will be updating you on the announcement that Jeffrey Sieber does. But like I was saying, these predictions in today's video will add on to my previous one and will not be saying that the other one is wrong. I'm still 99% sure that my other prediction is absolutely correct. But anyways, what did you think of my prediction video? Was it accurate? Could I be correct? Comment down below. There's also lots of other 2022 Six Flags news I have to talk about, but don't worry, I'll be making videos of those soon. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is JV Thrills signing out.